Well, hello. I'm having some chewy molasses cookies, a little bit of hot vanilla milk and honey. These cookies are absolutely chewy and delicious, and the whole kitchen smells great after baking these. Oh, delicious. And you know what's really nice too? You take these, dunk them in a little bit in hot milk. Oh, that's good too. So, let's go in the kitchen and make some right now. Now, to make our molasses cookies, what we've got here is 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1/2 cup of sugar, and I use my favorite, the unrefined cane sugar, 1/2 cup of butter, and that butter should be, not really room temperature yet, kind of cold still. 1 egg, that's good to be at room temperature. Of course, molasses, 3/4 cup of molasses. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So, first thing we're going to do, get a bowl, we're going to toss some butter in here. What we want to do with the butter is we want to cream it. So just take a wooden spoon and just cream that butter, soften it up a bit, and then once it's creamed and a little softened, cream in the sugar. So in goes the sugar, put that off to one side, and all we're going to do is just cream that sugar into the butter. Remember, I think we went over this before with cookies. What happens is when you're creaming the sugar into a colder butter, it tears the butter. It kind of puts these little pockets of air in there, and that's part of what gives your cookie that lift. So this is a very important step. You don't want that butter too warm. You don't want it at room temperature. You want it cold. Then you want to cream that sugar into it, and it just creates those little air pockets all through the butter. It does make a big difference in your cookies. All right, so that's looking pretty good. We got that all creamed in there. Now what we're going to do, let's get this off of here, because we're going to use the electric mixer, and we're going to beat in the egg and the molasses. Put that off to one side, get the mixer in here. All right, let's just crack that egg in there. In goes the egg. We'll start beating that in first. Now, in goes the molasses. Now, molasses, you always have to use something to get it out of here because, molasses takes a long time to pour. So, let's get that all out. All right. Delicious. I love molasses. Great in cooking. Great to eat just as it is on your pancakes and things. Now what we're going to do now is going to take the electric mixer and just mix this until it's smooth. All right, that's smooth. That took less than a minute. Get all that off the beaters. We'll be looking at the beaters later on. All right, now what we're going to do next is just quickly going to add the baking soda, the ginger, the salt, and the cinnamon into the flour, and just combine those first. So I'm just going to work those in there a bit. All right, then add the dry to the wet. Mix it until combined. These are really quite easy cookies to make. All I want to do is mix this until it's all combined. Don't need to over mix it, just get that combined in there. And that is looking good. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a spoon. I'm going to put spoonfuls of this dough on the tray I've prepared. That tray has been lightly buttered. And then, sometimes I flour it, but really I prefer to use a little dusting of icing sugar because flour tends to burn a little bit in the oven. And second or third time around, it's not so nice anymore. But icing sugar, just adds a little bit extra. So, what we're going to do now is just take a spoon and just drop good spoonfuls like that onto here. And we want to set them about 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters apart. All right, so those are about 1 inch in between them. Rather big, they might smoosh together just a little bit, but that's okay, they're still just as tasty. What I've got here is I've got 12 of them ready to go. So that oven has been preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. These are going to go in the oven for 15 minutes. What we wanted was just want them to firm up on the outside. They're going to smooth out a little bit, firm up on the outside. Mwah! We're going to have some delicious molasses cookies. So I'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay, that first batch has come out of the oven, and we tap them here. They're firm. They've puffed up nicely. They got this little crackling on them. What we're going to do now is we're going to let them sit here on the baking sheet and cool for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then move them to a cooling rack. If you try to move them right now, they're going to still be a little bit soft, but they're going to firm up pretty quick. So there we go. Molasses cookies. They're absolutely delicious. They smell so good when they're baking. Enjoy a batch soon. Now, if you go to the link appearing on the screen, you can get the free printable recipe for chewy molasses cookies on our website. So go print out the recipe, have fun making and eating these delicious cookies, and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.